poor white man is a red flag. Where were your ancestors when the rest was stealing? You have a history of lazy ancestors. I am not inheriting that generational curse, my friend. I'm breaking mine. These are my unpopular rules as a black girl dating a whitey. Number one, if he has dated black or Asian women, especially from Thailand before me, it won't work. Boy, bye. If he cannot buy Ferragamo, boy, go home. If he clubs, no. A white man that hates white women is looking for a slave. How do you hate women that looks like your mother? No. I do not care how hot my body looks like. You have to like my face. Beautiful, not sexy. There's a difference, and I prefer the former. A poor white man is a red flag. Where were your ancestors when the rest was stealing? You have a history of lazy ancestors. I am not inheriting that generational curse, my friend. I'm breaking mine. If I can smell his perfume from a distance, his trash, I should be able to hug you to smell your perfume. A white man that understands black lingo is such a turn off for me. Like, boy, please, just
stay white.
Stay white, okay?
Two interesting misconceptions that people have about whiteness are one, the definition of whiteness itself, and two, whom whiteness actually benefits. So for starters, the definition of whiteness is constantly changing. Today, Jewish and Italian people are considered white. 50 years ago, this wasn't the case. Irish people, Slavic people, and Greek people are all considered white today. 100 years ago, this wasn't the case. The other thing to understand is that whiteness, as it exists as a club, not as a race, does not only benefit white people. And in many ways, it exploits poor white people in order to enable the wills of rich white people. One common example of this is the concept of the welfare queen. So Ronald Reagan in the 1980s was talking about how, there was this one woman who was having children deliberately so that she could live off of welfare. That story itself was a hoax. But throughout American history, we have had such a stereotypical image of the person who is on welfare being black and often a woman with some sort of substance abuse problem who's having multiple children in order to live off the government. There has never been a time in American history where more black people are on welfare than white people. It's always been majority white people on welfare. The reality is that whiteness is used in order to distract from class disparity and class solidarity. Oftentimes, lower class white people will feel like they are part of the upper class and that they belong, when in reality they have more in common with a homeless man on the street than they do with a rich executive who is profiting off of them. Reductive terms aside, it is important to understand that whiteness does not only benefit white people, and a great deal of white people are often in fact impeded by whiteness as a concept.
Even though this topic, I feel like it wasn't necessary for you to even stitch, for you to even involve yourself to try to justify what is to black people. It's okay for white people to exploit other people into gaining into the very same society that they are excluded in. The same way poor whites would do majority of the harsh labor for rich white people so that they don't get their hands dirty. And they were willing to do just about anything to get into the elite. This is why people went ahead and started having slaves to build off their monies so that they can enter in the society. And once they're done, it's like a cycle of routine. And things really hasn't changed in this. You are literally just benefiting from being white, whether you like to admit it or not. But in our countries, they are designed to uplift us or to even put us down. Let's take YouTube, for example. Your country makes money from being on YouTube because, on the simple term, you have the much more spending power. That's the logic that you use to write in your little terminologies that, oh, we have the largest spending power. This is why we deserve to earn more. Meanwhile, I produce the very same content and I won't even get paid. RPM wise, $10 per 1,000 views. I won't even get paid on TikTok, but you will be entitled to get paid. Wherever you are, you'd even earn more than me. Wherever you are, a system is designed for you specifically to ensure that you rise to atomic success, and it's called manifestation. Meanwhile, we have all these multiple things going on that ensures your success, but you really want to play in my face, guy. You really want to play in my face. You really think I'm that dumb? You shouldn't have. You really shouldn't have. Your white privilege is really screaming at this point.
They were getting it in as well, but then they lost a war. They lost all their workforce. These kind of economic things happen. And then that led them to try to find God. And then eventually that led them to treat people that looked different than them well. And now we're poor and we love some brown women. And by the way, you look amazing. Just amazing. Just beautiful. So beautiful.
No, that is not the case at all. Even that statement, that direct statement, is in and of itself a red flag. Are you freaking? No, that is not debatable. That is, if you think that just being poor is in and of itself a red flag, like, okay, in what way am I supposed to preserve generational wealth? Let's go back 1,000 odd years, right? Let's go back into this. Norwegian blood, a lot of it going into it. Vikings, right? They stole. Oh my God, did they steal a lot? You know why they stole? Because the land sucked. Go figure, before we had oil, before we had any of that, the way that people would live in Norway was off bare subsistence. And past that, to get anything else, you raided. Yes, and a lot of what you raided, you would then use to be able to survive. So let me clarify this. What am I? Am I supposed to somehow travel back in time and hoard 800 years worth of wealth to exist today? How?
So you admit to the stealing?
Oh no, my people definitely stole. Are you kidding me? The Irish, the Norwegians, yeah, they stole a lot. I just don't have it.
The end was to stun, to speak.
Seeing poor white men is like seeing Jamaicans losing in a sprint. This game was designed for you to win.
Yeah, sis. This how you do it. This how you create generational wealth. Y'all got Wells Fargo account. She really went and got Mr. Fargo. You think it's a game, sis? You only got a few more Christmases left. Just stick it out. You gonna be in the wheel in no time. Matching everything, head to toe. Nah, sis really snapped. She going all out. She went and got the dog. Put the dog in pajamas too. Get your money, sis. Look at the dog's face. He came here, already know what time it is. City girls up 1,000. I'm talking from experience, sis. If they don't understand you, trust me, I understand you. Sometimes you gotta get you a honey on hospice and get up out that Honda. They not just gonna give us our reparations. We gotta go get them.
I have always made it perfectly clear that I have no interest in dating white men. Despite me knowing Italian, being around Italian men, and enjoying Italian money, obviously. I already spoke about Italian men being the most preferred to me, mainly because their pockets are loose when it comes to money. They gave out the most money. If you don't know, I already covered that story, moving right along. Reason being is I'm very temperamental when it comes to white men. My patience to them is very limited. So is my tolerance to them. So you need to know how to behave. Something I could give credit to Italian men, at least the ones that I've known. Hence, for the same reason, I would never be caught dead with a white South African man. There are two things, entitled and greedy. You would think with the amount of money they have stolen, they would be open to sharing. However, even when it comes to black women, they want for free. Your time for free, going on a date with them for free. My time with white men is money. Hence, for the third reason, I don't see myself giving a white man a child. So he needs to make sure that he has a child wherever he comes from. The only thing that might smooth my temper is your wallet, because I'm not going 50-50 with you in a system that was designed for you specifically as a white man. Hence, I could never be with a white man. My attitude. But I've also noticed that they seem to like it. So I like money. It might smooth my temper, as long as there's no baby. For example, with the amount of money PW bought us, though you would think that he will be generous with his money when it comes to his wife. He gave her 5,000 rand. What a shame. So I don't need your extended reminder your face is enough, including your wallet. So yeah, I'm a gold digger. Like the golds you make Africans dig for free.